The first 6 episodes of Netflix's Perfect Match are now streaming. So let's talk about what we saw on episode 1. So all the singles came in and they have to find their match by the end of the night. So Nick Lachey had them come in, they played a bunch of drinking games, body shots. Obviously Harry was the last to arrive and everybody was like, oh my god, Harry Jowsey is here. So after some flirting and getting to know each other, 5 couples became matches like Micah and Stevan, Kaz and Zanti, Harry and Elys, Tolu and Izzy, and Dominique and Bryton, who already started arguing. They were really into the toxic fighting as flirting. I kind of felt like the rest of the couples just came together because it was the first night and there's nothing serious going on yet. But Harry and Elys actually won the first challenge because Harry has these big, strong muscles. And they got a romantic date out of winning the challenge and the power to bring in 2 new guys to shake things up. So they decided to bring in Chris from Dated and Related and send him on a date with Dominique. And they also brought in Dom, which I was really shocked by because I didn't know if Harry and Dom would have beef since they both dated Georgia. Harry said multiple times on the episode that Georgia cheated on Dom with him, and we know that Dom and Georgia won last season. So they brought in Dom and sent him on a date with Tolu, and then that was the end of the episode. I'm so excited to keep watching. Micah, Tolu, and Harry are my current favorites that are on. Okay, so here's what went down on Perfect Match Season 2, Episode 2. So Tolu and Dom went on their date and they had a really good connection, but I don't know if he's that into her. I think he just wants to stay. I don't know, Dom did explain that he is back and is looking for love this time with a new perspective. Chris and Dominique went on a date as well, and it went pretty well. When they got back to the villa, they had to switch partners because 2 guys were going to go home since 2 new guys got sent in. Tolu decided to break up with Izzy and pursue things with Dom, while Dominique decided to break up with Bryton and pursue things with Chris. There was a bit of a couple swap. Micah is now coupled up with Kaz, and Zanti is now coupled up with Stevan, and they were vice versa before, but they all agreed mutually on this couple swap. Harry is still with Elys, but she does have some reservations because of his past, which Harry says, don't judge me based on other people, judge me for me. Then the whole villa did a kissing challenge, and they literally all kissed each other blindfolded. And Micah and Kaz won the kissing competition and got the power, so they got sent on a date, and then it was a cliffhanger for next week where 2 girls are now going to come into the villa. Okay, let's talk about Jess and Harry from The Perfect Match. So Netflix crossover reality dating show. Jess was a late arrival and was chosen to go on a date with Harry. Kaz set him up because his type is short with brown hair. And Harry was originally with Elys from Too Hot to Handle. But they went on a date and they kind of hit things off immediately. They've been a pretty solid couple in the house for a few episodes now. But they have gotten into some drama because a lot of the girls have warned Jess about Harry. He just doesn't have the best past because he's hooked up with a lot of girls on Netflix. So Jess was just questioning Harry and questioning if he was here for the right reasons. Especially because Harry's BFF Dom made like a throwaway comment that Harry wasn't here for the right reasons. So Jess was questioning Harry. She wants to have her guard up because she is a single mom. And that really got Harry spiraling because he was really upset that somebody would judge him without getting to know him. So they had like a whole disagreement, and then Jess felt bad about it because Jess didn't want to judge him like everybody else was. I definitely think that they're going to date for the rest of the show and probably make it to the finals, but I don't think that they're going to win the perfect match. We all saw these like paparazzi photos of them, so I think they probably like dated after the show for a little bit, but are most likely no longer dating. Either way, I'm excited to see how it all unfolds because they quite literally are in the center of the perfect match. They're the couple to watch apparently this season.
Did you have any like plan going into it, like what you were looking for? Because, you know, you were about to get married on Love is Blind. So were you kind of looking for the same type of seriousness, or was this just more fun?
I think so, because I hadn't even seen the first season. So watching the first season, obviously you have some that go in there very strategic, but I was looking at some of the girls on the first season. They seemed like they were genuinely looking for like a long-term connection. So in my mindset, I went in like, okay, these people, you know, want to look for a genuine connection. So I want to go in with someone, make a strong connection. That way, when these challenges came up or people coming into the house, you know, they would be confident in me, or, you know, vice versa, that, you know, I wouldn't just leave for somebody that came in. But then I very quickly learned, you know, as I leave the house, it's like, man, there's so much I wish I would have done differently. And I was just a nervous wreck too. Clearly, you can see.
Yeah. I wonder like if it's more pressure on Perfect Match because like you're not getting married, right? But like you also have to find a partner within like a day or two. Otherwise, you're gone. So like, what's more of a pressure cooker?
In the span of having to match with someone, like you walk in that first day and it's just hard. You never know. Some people might be just looking to shack up for the night and some people might be looking for a genuine connection. So mindset going in, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be myself. And it's usually always worked for me in the past.
Micah, you were trying to flirt with her. It was a little awkward. You got some flack online. What was the misstep here?
Honestly, so clearly, I mean, I'm just a nervous wreck. I think it's more pressure to walk up and try to like spit some game in a moment. I've never been like that. I've been more organic. If I ever connect with a girl, it's usually off like a conversation that's happened naturally. So with this, obviously, I was just a nervous wreck. And I mean, clearly, I found her attractive. I have a type for blondes. You know, they're my type. And I mean, I saw her on Love is Blind. Clearly, I knew everything about her. It makes it look like I go sit there and like try to get at her again when clearly I can read a room. Like if somebody rejects me, I'm not going to keep going for you over and over and over. So I will say that was the misunderstanding there for sure.
Okay, let's talk about episode 7 of Perfect Match on Netflix. So we're down to like 5 really solid couples now. So anybody that comes into the house and goes on a date, like it's just not really working. They can't infiltrate. So the strongest couple in the house, in my opinion, is Stevan and Alara. They were both tested going on dates with their physical type this week, but came back stronger than ever. And I honestly think that they have a lot of fun, passion, and I think that they're actually going to win the whole thing because they seem to be the most likable and consistent couple in the house. Harry and Jess are really vibing. You can tell there's a lot of chemistry there. But I still worry that this is just another TV girlfriend for my boy Harry and that he doesn't know what he's actually getting into with Jess, who is a single mom who lives in North Carolina. Micah and Kaz have been through a lot together, and it's clear that they are loyal to each other, but I think that they're just friends at the end of the day, and I don't think there's going to be a real spark there in the end. Elys and Justin are like hot and they're fine. I don't know if it's just like a throwaway couple because there's no connection we're really seeing on the screen. There's not like a storyline or a build-up. I think that Justin is underrated and the hottest guy on this show. I am rooting for Tolu so much. I love her journey and I like Chris a lot, but they're just like fun and I don't think that at the end of the day they're going to be something serious. Episode 7 ended up with the guys going on a guy's day, the girls going on a girl's day, and all the other people who aren't in the villa are going to come in to shake stuff up. And then episodes 8 and 9 I need to still watch because they're out right now. And then episode 10 is the finale, which is next week. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. And I think Harry is really doing a good job on social media, keeping us invested. I just don't know what's real. Did Harry and Melinda kiss on Perfect Match? We know that Harry and Jess have been coupled up for a while, but on episode 9, the guys had a mixer, the girls had a mixer, and Harry hung out with Melinda, and he carried her to the bathroom so that her feet didn't step on the rocks. And I guess while he was doing that, he said that he wanted to see her pregnant, and Melinda is claiming that Harry kissed him. When Harry got back to the house, he talked to Jess and said that he knew he was too playful when she wasn't around, but there was never any kiss. And he was like sick to his stomach about it. He was crying. He was even vomiting. And Harry denies ever kissing Melinda and says that she did it for clout, to have her moment on the show. He says that she is making the whole thing up for screen time. Jess is trying to give Harry the benefit of the doubt, but it's not really looking good. It's like a pretty big claim to say that you kissed someone when your girl wasn't around. I'm like still 50-50 who I believe. Because if Harry kissed Melinda, like in the bathroom, right? Like in the porta potty when there's no cameras around, then he could get away with it. Or that could also be Melinda's perfect opportunity to make something up and to stay on the show and have a storyline. Like, was Melinda put up to this by producers? Because she is a Netflix vet. She's hosted, dated, and related. She is a part of the fam. And we need drama. But this has now been almost a year, and Melinda is posting online saying that it is true that Harry did try and kiss her. She's still standing by it. After watching the teaser for next week, it's possible that Harry could admit to it, and him and Jess are going to break up. But he's been posting TikToks about Jess. And like these pictures making it seem like they're still together, but it also could just be to hype up the show and get people to tune in. Let me know in the comments, do you guys think Harry and Melinda kissed, or do you think Melinda is making it up? Let's talk about the drama between Micah and Kaz. If you have not finished episode 9 of Perfect Match, please swipe up. So they've been coupled up since pretty much day 1. And even though they've been a great partnership, they've won lots of challenges, I still have always gotten friend vibes. Like it's just felt like they were in it for the partnership and to be the perfect match, but there wasn't something actually romantic between them. So this week when the guys and girls split up to go on their mixers, Kaz was talking to other girls and Christine was laying it on thick. And it just caused so much drama between Kaz and Micah to the point where they literally broke up. I mean, Kaz also kissed Holly in one of those games, which really set Micah off because how are you going to kiss someone else, especially right in front of her? Kaz should not have kissed Holly. I mean, what were the rules and the boundaries they had in their relationship or their perfect match-ship? Either way, I'm glad that they broke up because they weren't happy together and they haven't been for a long time. I do think they were a really powerful match together. Like I said, they won challenges, they ran the house, but they were not seeing eye to eye for a while, so I think it's best that they go their separate ways. Kaz ended up matching up with Christine, which honestly is a bad move because she is just too much. And then Micah wanted to just match up with her friend who she felt comfortable with, so she matched up with Izzy. I was so tired of them fighting, so I'm glad they broke up, and I think it definitely will ruin their chances at winning the show. But I think we all know who deserves to win the show anyway.